Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? Well, you know what day it is? You know what it is? It's Tuesday. It's Girl Chat Tuesday. It's your girl, TLD, with Stay Your Biz Academy. And I'm amazing guests coming on today. And we're going to speak for you for about a half hour. So just stay on. Let me just tell you about you guys. Thank you. You get out. Down here on Facebook for a minute. So I know we're trying to get you ready. Yeah, please. So check that. Yep. Give me. Yeah, so
What about now? 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 I got it. We're on. We're good. So let's get started. So Girl Chat, we always bring on and I highlight an amazing entrepreneur, and we talk about stuff. I mean, we're not, and it's really laid back here at Girl Talk. So I'm going to introduce her now. She is coming in from California. I got all my California girls. Hey, Miss Pam.
Hello. Hello.
How are you? Thank you for being here today. How's California?
California is beautiful. It's beautiful. We got sunshine, warm days. It's August, so it's summer for real over here. So we in them high 90s, sometimes triple digits. So we're good. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Good. Let me just get your bio up here so that we can. Let me tell you. She's getting ready to help me get my stuff together. This is what this is what Sustain Your Biz Academy is about. What this platform is about is helping women. It's empowering women. This is what Girl Talk is also about on Tuesdays. Now, I am coming a little earlier. I told y'all that a few weeks ago that we would be making some changes because I'm working on some things in my own career and life. So I may not be on as frequent as I was, at least for the next couple of weeks. But I definitely wanted to do the Girl Talk because I knew that this would be fun and exciting and just a way to unwind from the day that I've been having, and probably both of us been having. And we talk about, stress and anxiety and all that good stuff, right? So a lot of times we forget to deal with those. So let me give you a little bit of background related to Miss Pam. So Miss Pam is an international best-selling author, motivational speaker, personal development strategist, and podcast and social media personality, and CEO of Bubbles for Your Life. Let's give her a hand, you guys. I don't have any of that. Today we want to talk about stress and anxiety, and what are the ways that we can deal with stress and anxiety in our lives. And Miss Pam is the one, because I love her platform. I love her ideology on that and how she's able to help women. So Miss Pam, let's talk about stress and how that affects our lives.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about stress and getting those toxic emotions and feelings and all those things that stress bring along with it out of our lives. So yeah, let's talk about that. So thank you again, Dr. T, for having me. It's such a privilege and an honor. I'm so glad to be here to share this movement that is going on in my life with the whole thing of bubble therapy. So that's, basically the title I put on it. And today, as time permit, I'll walk us through a bubble release, right? But first, let me give you a little bit of my background story and let you guys know how this came to be. So in 2014, or actually my life just changed. And as women, we know we carry a lot of different hats and we do a lot of different things. And I was that busybody, always busy, got to do this, got to do that, take care of this, take care of the family, take care of everything that's needed, take care of the spouse, and all of those different things. But in 2014, my world came crashing down as I knew it. And so just to give you guys a little bit of those highlights so you can understand where I'm coming from and what was happening, my 16-and-a-half-year marriage had just came to an end. That was failing. So I was getting ready to go through some divorce there. And I was angry. So I know a lot of people can identify with that. I was angry about how life was treating me. And let's keep in mind, I'm a minister. I'm saved, I'm filled. I know the Lord as my savior, but life was happening to me, And so my marriage was failing and I was angry about that. And because I was angry, I'm convinced cancer crept up on me. So then I was diagnosed with colon cancer in that year. So I had to have emergency surgery to help rid my body of those things. And I was blessed. I didn't have to do chemo and radiation. I was a stage 1. We caught it early. And in that same year, my father got sick and he would be diagnosed with a stage 4 lung cancer. And later on that year, I would lose him. And in the process, the same husband that I was estranged from got diagnosed with a very rare skin cancer. And it took like 3 to 4 surgeries to get him back to optimum performance, all in the same year, going on at the same time. And so I said, oh my God, what is happening? So I was in this whirlwind of trouble. And it was hitting me in all these different directions. And later on in that year, my daughter would then be diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia, which is a fast moving cancer as well. And so all of these cancers were coming in my life. Toxic emotions, toxic things were happening. And it was happening at a rapid pace. And that's just the highlights. And like I said, 1 year. And so in my anger, I had to go and pray and seek the Lord. And I say, now how? And I'm going to keep it real. I was mad. I was really upset with everything. Because, when you're living right, the best way you know how, you're doing the things you know how, and things are still not flowing in the pace, you wonder about that stuff if you're going to be real, right? So I said, how am I going to get this anger? Because I recognized I was upset about what was happening. I was full of stress and anxiety on how I'm going to live my life. What am I going to do next? Everything I knew was changing and shifting quickly. So how do I move forward? And so I was reminded of a time when I was, again, consumed with some anger and frustration and anxiety. And I was getting ready to have this big family gathering, the barbecue, at your house. Everybody's coming over. And being one of those people that like to be in control of everything, I'm trying to get the house right and the kids right, and this got to be right. And I sent the spouse, okay, go to the store, get the barbecue sauce and whatever. And then he came home without the sauce. I was like, what? Can't no barbecue without the sauce, right? So just one more little thing to push it over the edge, right? So here comes my child going, Mom, can you blow bubbles? And she come with the little bottle of bubbles. And I know, she come with the bubbles. Mom, can you blow bubbles? And I was thinking, one more chore. I don't want to blow no bubbles. I don't feel like blowing no bubbles. But that's one more thing you got to do to make the family happy, to keep the peace, right? So I was like, give me the bubbles. And I said it with an attitude. As I got the bubbles and I got the little ring and I pulled it out. And I was like, I tried and I went to blow and I'm blowing and nothing would come out this little ring. And I said, this is the first time in my life that I've ever seen a defective bottle of bubbles. I said, something got to be wrong with this ring. And I said, And you know, you get those downloads from the Holy Spirit. In that moment, the Lord said, oh, it's not the ring. Oh, it's you. And so I had to stop in that moment. It's a deep moment. It's simple, it's profound. But what I understood in the moment is that you can't blow bubbles angry. I had to stop. I had to take a deep breath. I had to pause. Selah. I had to think about that. And I did, you know, in that new phase, I slowly had to breathe out so I can get to the bubbles. And not just the bubbles to make my child happy, all the kids were happy, but also to change my whole persona. To change my whole persona. Because in that moment, now I know that I'm walking in a state that's going to lead me to more health issues. That's leading me. I got all this anxiety on me, all this stress on me, walking around in anger and frustration. And I couldn't even blow bubbles. And so now that's my message to the world. You can't blow bubbles angry, full of stress, full of anxiety. And not only that, you can't get to your bubbles of life. You're walking around without your joy, your peace, your happiness, just that sense of fulfillment. And so that's just the message. And so I was like, wow. And so this is something that I do myself, especially when I feel myself getting overwhelmed, when I feel like the world is on my shoulders, or I'm walking in these toxic emotions and just, you know, feeling angry or frustrated or full of anxiety. How do I release? How do I release that? Right? And that's how that really came to be. And so now I encourage anybody who's listening to take a moment and just think about all the frustrating things, all of the, especially in this sense of COVID that we're in now. You have people that are sheltered in place. You have families that are sheltered in place, and you have to learn to live amongst and with each other. And there's a lot of frustrating things. So I encourage you to think about all the toxic emotions that's weighing you down right now. And I encourage you to grab a bottle of bubbles, or even if you don't have the bubbles. That's the thing about this. Even if you don't have bubbles, it's all about your breathing technique.
All right, let's do that.
If you think about how you're breathing when you're full of anxiety, it's more hard and it's coming out fast, and your chest is rising up and down really fast. But I want you to take a moment and just take a deep breath in, and then slowly breathe it out. Breathe it out. Breathe it out. And if you have bubbles in your possession, just do it again. Take that deep breath, because you have to get to that place of calm, that place that's going to center you. And then you think about all of the things that's causing you anxiety, whether you're trying to finish your paper, whether you're in school, whether kids, you just need to take a break from the children right now, whether you just need to detox from your whole environment. Just think about that. And then take that deep breath again. And as you're thinking about that and you blowing out, I want you to imagine, if you don't have bubbles in front of you, imagine those bubbles going in the air right now. And as you can see my bubbles behind me, let that be your guide. The bubbles are in the air. And as you're looking at those bubbles, I want you to name every toxic thought that you just thought of. And I want you to imagine all of your stress, all of your anxiety is floating away from you. It came up, it has came out, and now it is in the air, and it is floating away from you. You have just released toxicity from your environment. You have just released toxicity from your environment. Dr. T, you can't blow bubbles angry. So as you do that, you should become as light as the bubbles in the air, as light as the bubbles. And that, my beautiful people, is a bubble release. And it helps to remove toxicity, your thoughts, and also change your actions. And it cleanses pretty much your air and then brings that joy back to you and everybody else around you.
That's amazing. Who would have thought that, just the simple thing? That's really simple. And I think that's one of the things that we talk about in on your platform, on my platform. It's just like really your inner health, your mental health, and what can you do? Who would have thought bubble therapy, right? So if you can see above in here is her link to her platform for Miss Pam, and she will describe all that for you in there, and all of the things that she has on her website. And I believe you have something coming up because it's your birthday month. What's going on with that?
Birthday month, celebrating all month long. I'm so excited. It's so many things to come that I'm getting ready. Well, not getting ready, and that I'll be releasing in this month, just like these bubbles. So I am working on Rock This Revenue Boot Camp. And so Rock This Revenue Boot Camp, mark your calendars for August 21st and 22nd. And that is going to just be a time where we're going to deep dive into different things that's hindering you from accomplishing the things that you desire to do in life. So we're going to look at how you're treating your most valuable asset. We're going to look at your fear factors and how can you go from fear to focus. And then we're going to sit back. Yeah, we go sit back and bankroll your brilliance. So what are some things that you can actually be doing that can generate some revenue for you today? Not tomorrow, a couple of days from now. What can you do today? How can you use what's in your hand today and bankroll your brilliance? And all of that is part of Rock This Revenue. And it's going to be a weekend of all those engaging things. So Rock This Revenue Weekend Boot Camp, August 21st, 22nd. You can find the sign up information at bubblesforlife.com. Pretty much everything that we speak of that's being offered, bubblesforlife.com. And I'm just excited. I'm excited to just be in this phase in life to where I am truly living the life that I desire and doing the things that I love. And that's empowering and helping people grow. It's just such a blessing, and it's so good to be in. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. Especially in this time. I think we've been talking about this for a minute of why this pandemic happened, why this is so bad, but sometimes it just things like this help us to kind of reflect and look at our lives. As I talked about earlier, that sometimes we just need to utilize platforms like yours, platforms like mine to really help us grow. Like during the times like in war and depression, and we don't want this to hinder us blossoming weekend. And then that following weekend is our Women Empowerment Conference. So we've been challenged to put together things in our platform. And I really liked I didn't know the backstory until really recently, since we had this interview. That's amazing. And let me tell you, now I'm getting ready to go to the dollar store and get some bubbles.
Right? Because it's the season. They're everywhere.
I just want to see if I'm mad. I'm going to say, is Miss Pam right? If you're mad, you can't blow bubbles. Yep, she's right. You can't.
That's the challenge. That is the challenge that I offer to the world. You can't blow bubbles angry. And if I offered someone to send me a video, send the video. I do have, and I should say that I have a group called Bubble Therapy. It's a public group. Join the group. Come, I need to type in the chat, but join the group. That's the challenge. You can't blow bubbles angry. And if you start off angry, you won't be angry when you're done. So I'm still waiting for someone to prove me wrong. So, so that's the challenge. But yeah, the Facebook group is Bubble Therapy, and that is the challenge, and that's what we talk about is releasing.
It's a Facebook group, Miss Pam?
It is a Facebook group.
It's a Facebook
for Bubble Therapy.
Okay, I'll put it. I'll put it. I'll go back in and edit. I'll go back in and edit, and I'll add that. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was good. So who's ready to blow some bubbles and to release some stress and you know what? That'll be amazing to be like in an office and everybody's blowing bubbles when patients are all upset.
That's exactly right.
I think I'm gonna do that now. Because patients are always, especially in this time, I think a lot of things have changed in our office and things are not as fast as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we still having technical? Yeah, things are not fast in the doctors and all that stuff like that. But yep, I'm going to put that up there and let's do that challenge.
Yeah. You can't blow bubbles angry. And anybody who, let's fatten the pot. So anybody that does the challenge and post a picture, let's put the name in a drawing for a bubble giveaway. So I have the t-shirts. You can get the t-shirt. You can't blow bubbles angry. And I will throw in this drawing, we would do the t-shirt, autographed copy of my book, Identity Crisis. So
we got the t-shirt and book. Okay.
So we're gonna do the t-shirt and the book as free giveaways. Autographed copy of the book along with the t-shirt, and we'll put it in a drawing because depending on
now where do they have to post the picture?
So the picture should be posted in the group, in the Bubble Therapy group, in the group. And I'll go ahead and add some things there because this is fresh off the press, people. This is like off top of my head. Let's fatten this challenge.
Okay, cool.
And so when we're done with this, I will go and I will put it in the group. I will do a link to the group, and and we'll fatten this challenge because I'm waiting. Like I said, prove me wrong. You can't. That's the movement. That's what we're telling the world. And I have some. I've had nurses, I've had doctors, I've had testimonials, and they said, you know what? Yeah, it really makes people stop and think. I've had some, even the men, some of the angriest, just men, and they thought about that a minute, like, wait, yeah, that's exactly right. It changes. It really does. And anybody who's willing to give it a try, because you have to be willing, and then, it'll really release that from you. So, but that's the challenge. So we're looking at the t-shirt, You Can't Blow Bubbles Angry, autographed copy of my book, Identity Crisis, Rediscover You, because that was the catalyst where I first talked about blowing bubbles. So,
all right. So listen up, guys. She's going to send me that link. I'm going to also post it on the website so you can go over to, we'll put it all in there. I'll add that in, and we'll try to be a little bit creative on both of our sites to be able to start this challenge. But definitely go over there. I think this is amazing. And I just want to thank you, Miss Pam, for coming on. I know it's a little earlier. We're here, and I'm here in Philadelphia. And this has just been amazing. You definitely taught me something today. I don't know if anybody else had any value from listening. If you're watching this on a replay, press the replay. Put hashtag replay. If this added value to your life, press V. If you're going to get ready to go get some bubbles, give us a few moments to add that information for the challenge so we can actually have this blowing bubbles challenge, and it's nice. It's outside. You can even do it in your house, just to be able to get rid of some anxiety in your life. So we got the blow bubbles challenge with author Pamela G, and she'll definitely come on, or I'll post everything. We may come on again maybe next week, but I'll post everything on her challenge. We got 5 days to do it, Miss Pam, or 1?
Yes. Yeah, let's do 5. Let's do a 5-day.
Okay. We got 5 days, y'all.
I like 5 days.
We got 5 days to do this challenge, and to post. You're going to be blowing bubbles every day to get rid of anxiety. Let's go. Let's do this. So again, this is your girl, Dr. T, with Sustain Your Business Academy, with my special guest, author Pamela G. I want to thank her again so much, because this is why we created Sustain Your Business Academy and Med is My Biz, to be able to provide you with sustainable solutions for your life and for your biz, because I want you to have clear vision and where you're going, because mindset plus sustainability equals success. And I want you to win this season, and winning means welcoming in the new you, investing in yourself, and never, ever on you. I will see you on the other side. Thank you, guys.
All right. Bye.
Oh, no, and it didn't end.